What's up? It's me, Chris Lee. I know y'all haven't seen a music video from me in a while. I've just been doing a lot of stuff, so just bear with me on that. But what I did right now, I made an R&B beat that was inspired by O'Brien Music. I'm pretty sure you know him. He's like the #1 producer on SoundClick. I'm just gonna kind of give you a quick overview of how to make these kind of beats. I'm not gonna do anything with the keys right now. I'm just gonna kind of talk to you guys about it. So the first thing that you want to do is whatever drums and instruments that you find, you want to, if it's more of an R&B style, you want to layer a lot of drums and have a lot of reverb on them. Not too much, just enough reverb to really give it some space. And I'm talking to you from the producer and the engineer's standpoint. So check it out. So this is the first instrument I had. Then I layered this one. You can really hear the reverb. And then I added this one. I went for more of an acoustic sound. Then I added this snare. Alright, so that's that. Now as far as the pianos are important. You want to find the piano sounds that sounds realistic, that sounds industry standard. You don't want to find any FL Studio piano that's, you know, the basic one that comes with FL Studio. It sounds cheesy. Logic has really nice pianos, factory pianos, and so do Pro Tools. So check it out. This is what I did with the piano. I layered the pianos a lot. That's one piano. Then I got like maybe four or five pianos going right now. You probably don't need that much, but that's what I do. These are all my pianos together. I'm not the greatest piano player in the world, so the reason why I do that is because I'm not one of those guys that just can have my hands all over the keys. So I play what I can, and then I add another piano track to go in and fill what I missed out on. Alright, so next thing I like to do is add an electric piano track. So check this out. This is to give it some body, give it some depth. With the piano, as long as it blends, it'll sound nice. So this is that. It's not about so much the instruments, it's just about knowing how to layer your stuff properly. The next thing I'm using is some strings. All these are sounds that come inside of Logic, so you don't need to go out and spend $1,000 to $1,500 to $5,000 to buy you a bunch of VST plugins. Logic got what you need unless you are looking for a certain sound. The EX24 has a lot of synthesizer sounds that you can custom make yourself as long as you know how to use the controls properly. Alright, I added this pad as well. Now, one of my biggest problems that I've always dealt with, it's not so much a problem, it's just I need to get better, was I've always had a hard time trying to find the right bass line to put in my beats. So I did find one. Next thing I want to do is just start using the pitch bend more to have my bass line do some runs in my beats. So check it out. I love that bass line. I know some of you gonna ask me, it's called the low rent bass line inside of Logic. So let me play some instruments. The only thing else that I added to this, I'm gonna just play those by itself, was like a guitar sound, bell sound, and a Lost in Trance. Now this is all of it together. So with that being said, the key to making good R&B sounds is learning how R&B music in general is just learning to find the right instruments. Once you find the right instruments, you need to make sure that you know how to layer the instruments properly. If you layer the instruments properly plus blend them with the proper EQ, compression, reverb, and effects that you want on the track, the R&B beat, no matter what kind of style beat it is, it'll sound good in general. Once you start blending vocals and stuff like that, it's the same concept. When you put down harmonies into a track or lay down vocals, you have to lay down the vocals properly to make it sound good. You have to lay down the proper harmonies to blend with the music, whatever you're creating. Even if you're rapping, it's a certain style that you need. It's a certain way that you need to be able to rap to a particular beat, because every beat that every producer makes has some kind of concept behind it. If a producer goes in the studio and say that they just made the beat, okay, that's not necessarily true. You don't just necessarily make the beat. You have some kind of melody that you start off with that's sparked from some kind of emotion or something that you feel, whether it's anger or depression or sadness or feeling alone or whatever the concept may be. That's where it all begins, is what you feel, the emotion you feel behind the beat. After that, you let your mind take you places. You find the instruments that you want in the beat, you put it together, and you start blending things, and you start mixing everything properly. So that was just a quick run through and an overview of how I make my R&B beats. Y'all heard the R&B beat. Like I said, it was inspired by O'Brien Music, so shout out to him. He just been making a lot of R&B beats that fit my style. I won some contests off of his instrumentals. I won some contests, USA Songwriters contest out of off of Scarecrow Beats as well. So it's time for me to really start incorporating more of my style into my beats, and then just learning from other people. So yeah, I hope this video helped you guys out. Watch it again if you didn't understand what I was saying, and I hope you guys make some good beats. Make sure you subscribe, leave a comment, let me know if you need some beats, mix and mastering and whatever. Just contact me.